Of all the tourism offerings in KZN, Ushaka Marine World takes pride of place as one of the must-see destinations in the province. The largest marine park in Africa has consistently won accolades for its fun factor. We spent time with Bongani Mtiyani, the marketing manager for the theme park.
Ushaka Marine World is we're basically a marine theme park, right? And it is the #1 theme park in KwaZulu-Natal, and well, dare I say it, in Africa. Okay, we are the #1 choice when it comes to theme parks in Africa. We've been rated the #1 fun place to be in KwaZulu-Natal for the last 4 years. And really, when you come to this place, you get to understand why it is the #1 fun place to be for so long, right? The park is quite a big park, and it's made up of paid sections and the sections that you don't have to pay for. So it just depends on your pockets, and it really depends on what you want to do and what you want to experience.
Situated in the Durban Point beachfront, the Ushaka property has become somewhat of a catalyst for the regeneration of a once derelict point neighborhood.
I mean, the development of this area actually helped with the whole point development area. As you know, there's a waterfront project that is a multi-billion rand project that has been taken on by the city. And Ushaka is really in the center of that, and it's really the part that is encouraging, because as you can see, it was cleaned up. We've cleaned up quite a lot of other things outside of Ushaka, because Ushaka is not going to exist just in a bubble. It exists within the point waterfront. And we've seen a lot of developments. A lot of apartments have come up, a lot of office spaces have come up, some hotels have been built and are being built as well as we speak right now, because of the influence of Ushaka Marine World.
The Ushaka Marine Park opened its doors to the public in 2004. What started out as purely a marine park rapidly became a venue offering something for every member of the family.
We've just finished an Ushaka Kids World, right, which is still being extended as well. It's doing an extension. And Ushaka Kids World is a 5 million project that was added on top of the whole facility. And that's a place where a parent can go and enjoy them and just relax and let the kids enjoy themselves. We've got childminders, and the parent doesn't pay, the kid pays, right? And it's a facility for those kids who are not really of a swimming age, or you're concerned that a kid really doesn't swim, and you can take them there and they can do from a Lego station to a jungle gym. We've got the biggest jungle gym in Africa, right? And they can do the biggest jungle gym in Africa. They can do Lego, they can do all of that stuff.
The marine complex is replete with shopping facilities and eateries for those wishing to get a spot of shopping done and enjoy a meal with a view.
Well, the thinking behind the retail sector, that's the non-paid section of Ushaka. So the thinking behind it is it's got shops and it's got restaurants. It's got shops where if you've forgotten anything, say you've forgotten your sunglasses, you've forgotten your surfboard, you can find them here, and that's the thinking. The thinking is that it's got to be convenient for a visitor or a tourist or a local person who came to the beach, came to the park, and are spending their day here. Because your minimum stay at the park, we find that on average you should have about 3 to 4 hours that you've got in the day for you to enjoy the facility, and you still want to enjoy the whole facility. Trust me on the 3 to 4 hours. And in the 3 to 4 hours, it gives you time to eat and shop. And most of the eating and eateries and shopping eateries are here and at the retail side. And what you find is that we've got a Moyo, which is our signature restaurant. One of our signature restaurants here is a Moyo that has got an extension to the pier, which is the pier bar, the Moyo Pier Bar, which is right inside at the pier.
The theme park is the world's 5th largest and can easily absorb big crowds. It has a capacity of 12,000 people during peak periods.
A day, our facility can take anything up to 12,000 people. And there are days when we close the park because we've reached the 12,000 mark. So it tells you how busy this place is and what it generates for the whole point area. The point area is much more safer, and I will tell you that it is because of Ushaka Marine World. We have been rated the safest beach to be at, right? Because of the police presence that is here, and that police presence has actually spread to the whole point waterfront area, which is exciting.
We now take you from one award-winning venue back to Indaba, where emerging tourism entrepreneurs were reaping rewards of their own. The Emerging Tourism Entrepreneur of the Year award is competed for by 9 finalists representing their respective provinces. It was here that we met Mike Kumede, KZN's finalist for 2010-2011. As third place runner-up and one of the most successful small tourism enterprises in South Africa.
Once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
25,000 rands.
Yep.
You can obviously plow it back into your business.
I'm plowing it back to the business. I might have to take a bit of it to my local community where I stay, where the business is.
And where are you going to display this?
This will be displayed on a very open spot of our hotel, at least to show the world that we have made a mileage through it.
The Ibandla Hotel and Conference Center opened just 2 years ago in Balito, 15 kilometers from the King Shaka International Airport. It also serves as a popular wedding venue. The couple understood the need for a decent wedding venue when they themselves couldn't find one for their own.
When we wanted to get married, we could not find a suitable venue. And then further down later on, when one could, and then we sort of wanted to start to establish a conference center or even a venue just for the people to use it for occasions. Now, when we started putting this one down there, we realized that it was not enough, because coincidentally we bought this land which has got, we had an old little house here which we knocked it down, and then we started designing the hotel after we had designed the banquet area, and then we started putting together. But the way it happened was there's no funding which has been put in place. What we did was we bought the place as a house, and then we knocked the house down without the bank knowing that the house is no more there. And then, but we kept paying the bank. And then later, we asked the guys to design everything, we put the whole together, we started going.
Today the venue boasts a 20-roomed 4-star hotel and conference facilities that cater for anything up to 1,000 people. But like most new businesses, the journey was not easy.
When we go to the bank, we couldn't get money, and it was a frustrating process altogether. But at the end, we say, like, today we put this money to this one, and another month again, until we said no, rather like do one by one than to do everything at a go, because we don't have money, don't have funds anyway. Then we said no, let's start. And I was like, I must be honest, I didn't like, when he tried to do things, he forced matters, and I would say, do you think we'll make it on this one? This is like too much. We don't have so much money. And we said, no, leave it to me, I'll do it. And he's a man of his words.
And all the way they went, not sparing any expense in ensuring that their boutique hotel would stand out as an expertly run 4-star establishment.
If you're lucky, I want to treat ourselves as lucky people, because I think we complement each other. I think of certain things to be done. 90% should support me. But once she has supported me, she will then make it happen, carry things through. And that's precisely the reason that I'm not a confined person. You know, you can hardly confine me in one spot, but she doesn't mind. She would sit, she would make sure that not one piece of soil is sitting on the wrong spot.
Ibandla is a sought-after wedding venue. Many a happy union is solemnized here, and almost every weekend another happy couple say their vows.
This venue is not only about coming to sleep in the hotel. It's about coming to sleep in the hotel as an accommodation place, which is leisure. But maybe leisure is about 10%. But what we get in the region of 50%, it's mainly the conferences, the functions. That is about 50%, if I'm right.
Yes.
Because I would say 50, even though you hardly get a weekend free here. So, but I don't want to say with 60 or anything. I would always want to keep myself as 50%. Because every weekend this place is chocked. We get so frustrated because we've got to chase people away.
The ETIA program exposed the Gumedes to better management and marketing skills for their venue. They have emerged more determined and with a greater respect for the tourism industry.
This attention we're getting from people, it's not, I guess it will not take us to a wrong direction, but it says, listen, hang on there, keep pressing.
Yes.
Because when we started, nobody said, you go and start this. But when people are saying, listen, you're doing well, carry on.
And try and do much better again. It mustn't stop.
Yeah, then it says, look, this is good.
Mike and Shirley Gumede are not the only small and emerging entrepreneurs that found their pot of gold at the end of the tourism rainbow. A policy of Tourism KZN is to support small entities hoping to make strides in the industry. At Indaba, they were afforded the opportunity to meet those in the industry crucial to their individual successes. Zoleka Dlamini is an up-and-coming travel agent who has until now found it difficult to meet with the right people in her business.
Outside of Indaba, you go to the offices, you don't get to talk to the right people. But at Indaba, you get all the people that you need to talk to, the people that you can't access in the offices. You make meetings, you arrange meetings, but you don't get this. For instance, the CEOs, you don't get to see those people. But at Indaba, you make an appointment, you even pitch at the stand, you get to see the CEO. You just tell the person your story and they buy the story. I'm so excited. This year I'm so excited. I go to get the people that I've always been looking for.
Also looking to close some deals of his own is Morake Mokhosi of Sakumzi Car Rentals, a car rental brokerage firm that found a gap in the market, taking advantage of the infrastructure of more established car rental firms.
We want to grow the Sakumzi car rental brand beyond South Africa. Primarily we're targeting the African continent, and then what we've done is we've set up appointments with travel agencies in Nigeria. We've set up appointments with travel agencies in Saudi Arabia, in Zimbabwe. So now we've had those people actually honor those appointments. So now we would like to look after their clients. We would like to look after them, coming to the country. That's what we call inbound. And yes, so far from a meetings perspective, those expectations have been met. So obviously when we go back home, the question is, Sakumzi car rental, what are you going to do with that information? We need to follow up.
For a small company like theirs, the expense of exhibiting at a premier event such as Indaba could be out of their reach.
Indaba has been good for my business because of exposure on the basis that all the buyers or most of the buyers are gathered under one roof. So now it's cost effective for us to actually do business with these particular people because we've set up the appointments, they've come to us. And thank you to the province of KZN. Thank you to TKZN, Tourism KwaZulu-Natal, because they've made it possible for us. They're sponsoring us, they've picked up the tab. And to that, we forever grateful. Thanks a lot.
Musa Molapo is yet another small business owner. She runs a 4-star guest house in Pietermaritzburg. The success of her company relies on being top of mind with tour operators.
My purpose coming to this Indaba was to really hone in on the tour operators because I realized that as a B&B, I get a lot of business through my own advertising, on websites and so on and so forth. But I think what is important is partnership with other stakeholders in the industry. So for instance, tour operators normally are the first point that a tourist who wants to come into the country would sometimes interface with apart from travel agents. So they will even organize itineraries for visitors. And it's very important for tour operators to know that they've got partners in accommodation, in restaurants and so on and so forth, so that when they compose an itinerary, it's a very comprehensive and full itinerary for a guest. So my mission was really to meet up with as many tour operators as possible, let them know that my product is available, the quality of the product that I've got, and so that they can use me in future when they plan itineraries for guests, whether it's international or local guests.